I've been listening to our podcast again, and I say "Hey everybody" a lot. Hey everybody.
Hey everybody. Today we have a really great show for you.
Yes.
A really special show.
Really grand happening. Today we are enthusiastically talking about nothing. We're playing the Jerry Seinfeld trick. This is the Seinfeld episode where we absolutely talk about nothing.
It's a podcast about nothing.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's probably trademarked, and we could probably get in trouble.
Counterintuitive. But I think the funnest part, and it's going to lead into a better conversation, are these titles, these headlines. They are too fake. Are you ready to go?
We've been rolling.
Oh, you didn't tell me. All right.
What are we going to talk about today?
Well, I wanted to say hi to everybody first.
Oh, okay.
Hey, everyone. We are Two Likeable Guys.
Hey, Steve.
Yes, sir.
Do we have a really special show for him tonight?
We have an extremely grand show. It's so special. I think you're supposed to say, how special is it?
Hey, Steve.
Yes, sir.
How special is it?
It's so special that you're going to want to, it'll make your tongue slap your mama.
Whoa. Whoa.
What is that line where it tastes so good it'll make you want to smack your mama or something?
I never heard tongue smack your mama. Jeez.
I don't know what that's about. I guess that's politically incorrect. Unless we're talking about... Wait, what was...
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
What was the... Who was the mythological character that fell in love with his mother? It's some weirdness.
I don't know.
I can't think of the name. Somebody out there knows, and they're screaming it at us right now. You idiot! It's so-and-so. But man, I have a fun way to start the show off. I have been browsing the internet, and I found a game. I've not revealed these to my wonderful, amazing co-host, Josh. But what I've got here is I have two fake headlines, one real headline, and we're going to see if Josh can figure out which headline is the real one. Or he can just guess which two are fake. Either way, 6 one, half dozen the other. All right, are you ready for this?
All right, let's go for it.
Headline number 1. Man drowns as politically correct passengers struggle to describe what went overboard. That is headline number 1. Headline number 2. Multiple airline pilots report seeing a guy in a jetpack flying next to them near LAX. That was headline number 2. Headline number 3. Man that identifies as 6-year-old crushes home run to win T-ball championships.
At DuPont Rivermont Park?
Yes! 2 of those are fake, and 1 of those is real.
Well, I know the answer to this. Rocket Man is the real headline.
Wow, how did you know? Have you read that? Did you read it? Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yes, and I'm going to give credit where credit is due. I did not make these headlines up. I stole them from the Babylon Bee and not the Babylon Bee. It's where I got them from. But, yes. But had you not heard that, would you have guessed any differently, maybe? It's neither here nor there.
Now, if I hadn't heard that and knew the answer, I would have guessed the first one. Because that seems about par for the course here lately.
I would agree with that. I read a really neat article, surprisingly, from NPR. And guess how many since October, and to where this was published, probably maybe a week ago or so, maybe 2 weeks, I'm not sure. But how many flu-related hospitalizations do you think the United States has had since October?
Is it multiple choice or?
I'll give you a hint. in 2019 and 2020, there were for the whole flu season, there were 400,000 hospitalizations.
Yeah.
And I'll give you a hint.
So are we doing a lesser than or greater than?
Yeah. We can play the high-low game.
There we go.
You guess a number, and I'll say higher or lower.
We need some bed music behind it. A little game show.
Da, 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 da.
No. Can't use that. Jeez, we ain't got money to pay for that.
Uh-huh. So what, you don't want me to do the dun dun?
No. You got to change the pattern up or change a note here or there just enough.
Dun 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 dun. Okay.
change the tempo on it, and it makes it all better.
All right, we're ready to play the high-low game.
Yes,
Flu-related hospitalizations since October. Guess a number.
I thought you were going to give me a number, and I'd say higher or lower.
Oh, well, seeing that last year was 400K, let's start at half that, 200,000.
Oh, it's way lower than 200,000.
100,000. You're supposed to guess. You guess the next number. I'll shut up now.
Well, you know the answer.
So we'll start at 200,000 and go from there.
Well, it's way lower than 200,000.
Okay.
I'm going to say at the most 40 grand.
Lower.
20 grand.
Lower.
0.
Higher.
Not at 5,000 people.
Lower.
All right. This is getting monotonous. 2,500.
It's lower.
Are you kidding me?
No.
So I'm going to say 476 people. And
you would be hospitalizing a little more than double, almost triple. 165 flu-related hospitalizations since October. That's sourced by NPR News.
That's crazy.
But they had a real, and they went on to explain why.
I can tell you why.
Okay, you tell me why.
Because nobody's going anywhere. Everybody's got masks on, and we're staying 6 feet away from people.
Well, that was definitely part of it. But they believed, and I don't know, it was a doctor from, I believe, Vanderbilt that theorized that children hold the virus and are virtually super spreaders for the flu virus. And with them going to school and bringing it home, they give it to all the other kids, and they come home and give it to everybody in their family. And that is why they think, with the schools not being open, that we haven't had, any really of a flu season this year. And the other part of that is why the coronavirus is held onto and spread more by adults. And that's why we're in the middle of a pandemic, is the theory.
Hey, now this coronavirus is just a flu, man.
Yeah, well, that's what they say.
So, why ain't the kids carrying it?
I don't know. They say that the same reason that the adults aren't carrying the flu virus around like usual is because the kids usually spread it. And then the adults spread the coronavirus.
Some nasty little snot-nosed kids, man.
Yes.
That's why I ain't got none.
Well, I love mine to death. So, he can bring home
nice little petri dish.
Yep.
Taking him out there to the Creative Discovery Museum, picking up God knows what.
Yeah. Well, they did sanitize, and they had sanitizer every few feet. So
I'm kidding. I'm sure they're doing a good job at the Creative Discovery Museum. But you've got to
do something with the kids.
Oh, I know it.
You can't just, inside every day, they don't sleep well if they don't get enough exercise. It is insane. But if they get good exercise, boy, when they hit that pillow, boom, they're out.
Well, just give them some Benadryl, and that helps too.
Yeah, that has been found to not be a good thing to give to younger kids.
Oh, yeah.
I think below the age of 2.
Well, that's when you got to do the Jack Daniels then.
Well, I was given that as a cough remedy.
Oh, yeah.
And I know now I don't drink now, but I have tasted some of that in my formative years, and I could not stand Jack Daniels because I was force fed it when I was a kid. It was terrible. That was because was it Jack Daniels and honey, I
Yeah,
believe, was the mixture.
it's whiskey and honey
Right.
and lemon juice.
Ugh, it's no. I can get nauseous just thinking about that. It's horrible stuff.
Well, yeah, Jack Daniels, Maker's Mark.
Were you
You know.
fed any of that concoction
Oh
when you were
yeah,
sick?
man. Yeah, they'd get you for child abuse now if you did that. They'd cured us right up, dude.
Yep.
I still do that when I get sick. I'll shoot Jack straight. Get
Oh,
that stuff out of my chest.
I can't do it. It's possibly, and then when I was a kid, I had, pneumonia twice, and I was a sickly little thing. I've corrected that pretty much. I got a good story talking about. I was scrawny as a kid. I was a scrawny little nerd. I had to start wearing glasses in the third grade, and I have an uncle and an aunt and some cousins that lived in Indiana. One of them is a subscriber to the podcast, and I'll say hi to my cousin Jim Knott in Indiana. I believe he's still in Indiana. I think they're going to move. But our families, my dad is my dad's brother, and my uncle OL, they would get together and they would come down, and we would go to Florida we'd usually go camping somewhere. And so when they came down usually twice a year. When they came down, his wife, my aunt Jan, told me for every pound I would gain between the time they were there in the spring to the time they were there in the fall, she would give me $1 for every pound I gained. That's how scrawny I was.
Well, I've got a question. Does that still happen now?
Well, that's kind of the point. That's another part of the story.
Oh, okay.
And so she came down, and so I think I made like $5 or $6, and I was tickled to death. So here a few years ago, I called her up and told her that she owed me $200 or $300. So that all that is true. They did give me money, but she didn't pay me on the $200. So I don't know what that's about. But yes, that was fun times. Going to if you've never gone camping, gone to the beach and gone camping, you're doing all right. Camping is so much like work. It's ridiculous. And it's so hot in the little tents and stuff we had. We had like little pull behind campers. It's great memories, but they were hot.
Yeah, you can't go camping in the summertime.
Yeah. Not without an air conditioner. And we definitely didn't have an air conditioner.
Yeah.
But, it was hot during the day, but at night, there was a nice breeze. We weren't, I guess we were across the road and 2 blocks from the beach. That was always nice. There was a nice cool breeze in the evenings. So it wasn't bad to sleep in. But during the day, if you had to go inside to change clothes or something, not fun. Not fun.
The knots were not having fun.
Yes. My last name could be Smith, but it's not.
That's exactly right.
I also heard of a good way to lose weight. There's a really good way to lose weight. You go in front of a mirror and you eat naked in front of a mirror. They say that's a really good way to lose weight.
Shoot, man. I'd never leave that mirror.
Oh, but you know what? I tried it, and I can safely say it does not work, and I am no longer welcome at Target.
Yeah.
Because you get halfway done eating and you say, honey, go grab some more Oreos. Them are good. Oh, man. I'll tell you another one. We went to the doctor, and it's just funny how when you get undressed, they ask you to get undressed when you get there, and they walk out. It's not okay for the doctor to see you undress, but it's okay for them to come back in when you're perfectly butt naked. Why don't they just stay in there and have a little show for them? Why not?
Turn some music on and
Yeah. And then when the doctor came in there, I was really confused. I said, why do I have to get naked for this eye exam? So, you know, when we got done, he looked in my eyes. He said, "Hey, you noticed any floaters lately?" I looked at him and I said, "Buddy, I usually just flush and walk away, but I'll check next time if you want me to." So all that was stolen from a really good comedian I saw on Dry Bar Comedy. He did it much better than I did. Gosh, I wish I could remember his name to give him credit. Let me pause for a second, and I'm gonna go look up his name so I can give him credit. I don't want to. Yeah, that was not my stuff. That was by a comedian. It was not my original stuff. That was by a comedian named Andy Forrester. Really funny, really clean guy. He's well, I don't know about his personal hygiene, but his comedy is clean.
I was gonna say.
It was fun though. Good stuff. So, how's work for you been lately?
That's been all right.
Had any fun experiences out anywhere lately? Hadn't had to drive off or?
Well, it just seems to me like these days the restaurants just aren't. It's like they've quit trying.
Well,
you know what I mean? It's like they know that people are coming and they just don't give a crap.
Boy, you know what? I think I know the reason for that.
What's that?
Nobody wants to work.
Yeah.
I have a position available here with me at Classic Auto Care. You can find us at theoriginalcac.com. And, um, but I've been trying to find somebody to help me and willing to pay, whatever their experience is. If they have experience, I'm willing to pay for it. And if they don't have experience, I'm willing to train them. But I'm not going to pay for them and train them. I mean, I'll pay them minimum, but I won't. And had a couple guys lined up and they worked for a week and they say it's too hard. Super guy though. I mean, there was a couple guys, the last two, been younger, 18, 19, 20-year olds. But nobody wants to work.
Yeah. Yeah. And I saw a thing on Facebook last night. Actually, of course, it was a little meme said, if the minimum wage goes up to $10 an hour or whatever, if they get paid $15 an hour or whatever it is, they're talking about, they want their hamburger, they want their sandwich to look like the ones in the commercial or the ads.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm thinking that's not going to happen.
Yeah. No, because I believe that's just going to make less people have a job. Honestly, there's going to be less opening wage jobs, or the other line of that is food prices and all your low-end job prices are going to be ridiculously high.
Yeah.
I've heard that read that the Walmarts have already been planning on that, and they have, most of them have remodeled to only have up to 4 cashiers, and everything else is do-it-yourself pay areas. I don't know.
How do you feel about those?
Hate them. The self-checkouts.
Yeah. How often do you use them?
As little as possible. I absolutely hate them. Because I feel like I don't know what I'm doing because I wasn't properly trained to. I'm not getting paid to do that.
There you go. That's what I'm getting at right there.
I mean, when I will use them is if the line is ridiculously long at the human checkout and it's empty at the other. I'll risk it. But there's always something that messes up.
If I've got more than 4 items, no, I won't use them. I try not to use them anyway.
Yeah.
But like you said, you go to Walmart, they've got 20 checkout lanes and 2 are open.
Yep.
And then they've got the self-service down there, But usually when I'm at Walmart, I've got way more than 4 items.
Right.
But like if I'm at the grocery store or something and just got a few things and trying to get home so we can cook dinner, I'll shoot through there and do it.
I've done really well at avoiding the stores and whatnot.
Well, I'm talking about just in general, not pandemic wise or whatever, because they were doing that crap way before.
Right.
But, I feel like you should get a discount if you're going through one of those self-checkouts.
Well, yeah, that would be such a good incentive to use it. Like, hey, if you use your self checkout, we'll give you 5%.
Right.
Okay. Even if they raise prices 5% to make me feel like I'm getting a better deal, it would work. It wouldn't be as nice as if they just gave us 5% off the top. But
well, they'll raise it up anyway.
Or 10%.
Yeah, they'll raise their prices 10% and then give you a two and a quarter off.
In talking about raising the minimum wage, I don't know the answer. I know there are places in our country that probably need and deserve a $15 an hour minimum wage to be able to make a living, but I don't see that as all kinds of craziness. But I don't see that in our area. I mean, yeah, it would be nice if you could go to a job without any experience and make $15 an hour, basically twice of what the minimum wage is now. But I mean,
it's more than twice, isn't it? Just a little.
I don't even.
It's like $7. What's minimum wage right now?
I thought it was still $7.75 or something.
I thought it was $7.25.
It may be.
I could be wrong. I don't know. But
I should be more well versed on the minimum wage.
It was $4.25 when I was 16.
Well, that's a good one. When I started working, it was $3.35.
Yeah.
Back in the 1800s. I was the richest man in town, making $3.35 an hour in the 1800s.
What was your first job?
First job, I worked at the Sonic Drive-In in Red Bank.
And so they paid you minimum wage?
No, they didn't. They didn't even pay that. They paid.
I was going to say.
I was a car hop. I was a cute little 14-year-old guy that brought your food out to your car.
Did you wear skates?
No. No, I had no death wish. I would bring food. So I made $2.15 an hour,
and then you
plus
got
tips.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people at that time, a good tip for Sonic, and given this was 1988-ish, a good tip was $1. If they had it tacked on $1 to your meal, it was great. Another interesting, crazy thought about then is that we didn't accept credit cards. It was all cash.
Right.
I mean, it was every bit was cash, and so a bad tip, but an acceptable tip was a quarter. And you got a shiny quarter for you.
What do you tip them now at Sonic?
I'd say at least $2.
Oh yeah,
at least $2. Depending on, but I usually base it on the price of the order, and whether or not if I go through the drive-through and I don't have cash, they don't get a tip. I'm sorry, because they're just coming to that
through
window.
The drive-through.
Occasionally, I mean, there's still it's usually the car hop that comes to the drive-through window. A car hop, I guess that's a term they refer to.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous. The best thing about working at Sonic was when you go and you watch the Vacation movie, the original Vacation with Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
And they go to a Sonic drive-in, and he's got the family truckster, and they're putting the tray on the window, and he's like, it's a new vehicle, I'll get it. And so he sets all the food on the window, and the window shatters.
Right.
I always worried about that happening. It never happened. They don't do that anymore. They don't set the food on your window. They just hand it to you, and then you leave.
Yeah, they don't have trays anymore.
Yep. It's terrible. That was some fun times. All the fun things. Man, that was one of my favorite jobs growing up. One of my very fond memories of, boy, there's some crazy things that happened there.
Well, I wasn't going to get into that since it's a family show.
Yes. Yeah. Things I can't talk about. Actually, that does lead us into one area where I will eventually, on an upcoming episode, I'm going to tease some future episodes here. We've got some really good, really good shows lined up. One of the things I'm going to talk about is how I dealt with anxiety growing up, and how it all started when I worked at Sonic Drive-In. So it's not directly related to the Sonic. That was just the timing of it. That's one of our future episodes. Another episode, hopefully we're getting to in the next few months, is we're going to talk to some kids about the pandemic life, going to school from home, going to school, at school, coming back home, having a day off, having 2 days off, all that fun stuff. It's going to be exciting. I really want to know what they're going to say. Before we get into anything else, let's go with one more thing. Josh, what was your first job, and what was the best and what was the worst thing about it?
My first job was Long John Silver's.
All right.
In Red Bank. I guess the worst part about it was
the smell.
Yeah, you come home greasy every night.
Yes, that's fast food.
But I don't know what the best part about it would be.
Did you have a sense of accomplishment getting that paycheck every week?
That was pretty cool, man.
So did you make a minimum wage there?
Yeah.
And what was it? You told us earlier.
$4.25.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I think I got like a nickel raise when I was working there.
Made you feel good about yourself.
That whole nickel raise, let me tell you.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't seem like that much now, but I know when I went from the outside at Sonic to working on the inside, then I got minimum wage and got a solid, check for that week, and
right.
Whereas my check's usually like nothing, and I'd already spent on my tips.
Yeah.
Because you take them home with you every night.
Right.
It was like money in the bank when working inside. Although you did make a lot more carrying out the food than anybody in the store other than the owners. It's true. Nothing good about it. Free food. Did you get free food at the Long John Silver's?
No, I think we got a discount. I don't think we actually got free food.
You couldn't go by there with your buddies and like, hey, we want some food.
Well, you could have all the crumbs that you wanted.
Oh, well,
that's the best part.
Those are yummy. I would, bite the hush puppy in half and then stick it down on all the little crumbs, and then you'd eat the thing with the crumbs in it. It was really good. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, yeah, since you just explained it.
No, but am I the only one that did this?
I'm sure you're not.
Okay.
I never did, but
yeah, I still do. Like Captain D's. Is Long John Silver still in existence now?
I don't believe they have any around here. I know they don't. They used to have the freestanding ones, and then they got bought out by PepsiCo or somebody. They were in Kentucky Fried Chickens.
And then they got rid of them, I think.
Yeah, I know they used to have that one at 153 was both, and now it's back to KFC by itself now.
Hey, we have a mutual friend that worked at the Captain D's in Red Bank. I mean, it's surprising that you guys are friends at all, and then you're not arch enemies.
It was big fish wars back then.
Yes.
All the cool kids worked at Captain D's. Wilkie and Ellis and Maury and
yeah.
Katrina.
Jason?
Katrina Lee worked there.
I don't know.
She was.
But Jason Maury.
Yeah. I think Tamara might have even worked there. I don't know. A bunch of people worked at the Captain D's.
That's pretty awesome.
Down there at the Long John's, it was just me and Cassandra. That was the only Red Bank people that worked down there at the Long John's.
Was it everybody that played music? Did they have to work at a fish restaurant? Is that what I'm getting here?
Yeah.
Well, the cool kids, they worked at the Sonic.
Oh yeah.
Actually,
I've only known 2 people to work at Sonic.
You've only known 2 cool people then.
I guess so.
Who would be the other one that you've known?
Amy worked there, didn't she?
Oh, Amy. Several Amy's work there
Oh,
actually.
no, she was a year behind me in school.
Amy. There was an Amy McCrae.
Yeah, that's who I'm
And an
thinking of.
Amy Myers. And it was always confusing. You get the Amy's wrong. Anyway, we have enough stuff there to make an episode. You think?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it was
Possibly.
pretty good. Hey guys, it's been a great time. I've had a lot of fun talking about everything this evening. Sure was great. If you can, if you want to, reach out and contact us. You can find all our
Reach out and
stuff.
touch someone.
Reach out and touch someone. I think that's trademarked.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
So reach out and grab someone.
By the no.
Yo, wah wah wah. Yes. You
Start it
can reach
over.
us.
Start it over.
Well, that was pretty fun. I liked where it was going.
They can reach us where, Steve?
Man, they can reach us at TwoLikeableGuys.com. They can reach us on our Facebook page, on our Instagram page. Great pictures on our Instagram page showing all the different. We usually have bits and pieces of things we've talked about, pictures of the sort there. It's great stuff. Facebook, we have some really good stuff going on there too. It's really fun, really having a good time doing this. And send us your feedback. Leave us a comment. Leave us a message. Review us anywhere on the Apple, on the Podbean, on any other platforms you can. It really helps us out, and we really appreciate you guys. You know what? We like you, and we hope you like us too.
Later.